let us now come to this issue. I don't know how I will be able to cut time so that we don't dwell too much on this particular issue. It was hot. It was burning. It was on fire. It sets the market on fire. In the course of last week, issues surrounding Honeywell sales of shares to Flamills PLC. Flamills announced that it has reached an agreement with Honeywell Group Limited to acquire 71.69% majority interest and additional 5.06% being held by FBN Holdings PLC. Ecobank, on the other hand, came out, not as a matter of fact from Ecobank sincerely. The publication came from the lawyer, one Kunle Ogumbanwo. I had actually tried to speak with him, but he said, when I make calls to anybody and you prove to me that you are too busy, call back, I forget about you. Because me that is calling you, are you telling me that I'm less busy? For goodness sake, we are all busy at our different levels. That is the truth of the matter. But by the time I call you, you're telling me you are busy or that I leave you. That is the gospel truth. The information did not come from Ecobank. The information came from the lawyer of Ecobank. The publication was not made by Ecobank. The publication was made by the lawyer to Ecobank. And what did he say? He placed a caveat on any shareholder of Honeywell Group Limited. It warned off prospective buyers on the ground that Honeywell Group Limited is hugely indebted to Ecobank and that the debt is currently the subject of litigation. It alleged that due to the company's failure to liquidate the said loan facilities, Ecobank was constrained to commence winding up proceedings against Honeywell Group Limited at the Federal High Court, Lagos, in suit FHC/L/CP/1571/2015. Honeywell, on the other hand, came with their own report issued by the company secretary that there is no winding up petition currently pending or live against Honeywell Flamills PLC in any court in Nigeria. They said also there is no pending court order restraining trading in the shares of Honeywell or inhibiting Honeywell or its owners from dealing in its assets. The issue, according to Honeywell, as to whether Honeywell is indebted to Ecobank is still before the courts, and the final decision remains the exclusive preserve of the courts. It is also important to state that the Court of Appeal judgment being referred to in the reports did not declare Honeywell to be indebted to Ecobank. Now, Malam, who do we believe? Number two, what do we believe? Now, listen to me very well, Malam. Honeywell shares trade actively despite these court actions. Before the announcement, Honeywell shares trade actively. We saw the price moving up. There was also the issue of probably First Bank acquiring it or not, you recall? And at the time the price was moving, Ecobank did not come out. There was no restriction. Because the way I'm looking at it, Malam, I've been in this market for 30 years running. You have also been there. If there is any restriction, I think it should be a general restriction, directed to the management of the NGX, restricting trading in the shares of Honeywell. We didn't hear that. Ecobank did not inform the market of any such. Now, why haven't they stopped trading on Honeywell shares before now? But they are now coming to announce that there is a winding up process after Flamills' announcement. What is the difference between Honeywell Group and Honeywell Flour?
Well,
plenty questions.
You see the truth of the matter that we know Honeywell groups through Honeywell Flour, because all other companies that are under Honeywell Group are not as publicly known as Flour, Honeywell Flour.
Yes.
So when you talk of Honeywell Flour, it's just like the main stake of the Honeywell group. That is one. Two, when the lawyer make a statement, the bank did not deny it. So as far as concerned, I don't look at who make the statement. The statement is made as a relation to the Ecobank, and Ecobank never denied that statement. So what it means, as far as I'm concerned, is Ecobank that make that statement, because they never say no.
Malam,
Yes, a lawyer
Ecobank did not make that statement. The lawyer made. Let me explain to you why. Ecobank has their corporate communication department. They have their channels of communicating with the shareholders, with the customers, with the bank, with the public. In this case, they couldn't have come to deny or not deny. Yes, but it was their lawyer. And let me tell you this. When I tried to speak with the management of Ecobank, they didn't give me any information. They rather said I should discuss with the lawyer. And when I tried to discuss with the lawyer, he was not interested in talking.
Look, let me tell you, a lawyer did not mention his name. What he mentioned is Ecobank. So the Ecobank has a stake in this issue.
Yes.
If they don't have any stake, they will say, look, we did not say this. But because it says what their minds are, and that is why they keep quiet. And the market reacted to it. I tell you, if not because of the intervention of the flour mill statement, the price of Honeywell could have gone below 3 naira.
Now, let me put it.
But it changed because the buyer is say I'm aware. And when the buyer say is aware, so now the issue come to light that look, this issue is not hearsay. The buyer is aware. And once the buyer is aware, it cool down the tension of the market, and that is why you see the stock rebounds back. I'm telling you, nobody believed the statement said by the Honeywell, because the truth of the matter that they are not the buyer. They are just trying to sell. So nobody want to look at that statement. What you are looking, is the buyer aware? The buyer say, I'm aware of the situation. Despite this, I go ahead. So that means whatever the consequences of the outcome of the result, the buyer is willing and ready to take care of it. And that confidence is that what restore back the market, not the statement made by the Honeywell.
All right. Who do we believe? Honeywell, flour mills, Ecobank's lawyer? Who do we believe?
I think I would rather believe flour mill. Why? Because for that quantum, 18 billion naira, I don't think it's a small change. And I believe flour mill is such a big institution that they won't go into any deal without doing their due diligence. And they came out and said that actually we are aware of this. And we believe that all these are just put there maybe for, I wouldn't know, but I believe at the end of the day there's going to be settlement. So if, like he said, if the market has not received information from flour mill, what happened to Honeywell as we speak wouldn't have been. But they came out and said, yes, we are aware. So I would rather believe flour mill than any other.
Let me ask you one question. Flour mill is saying they are aware that there is the information or the litigation or the court order to wind up Honeywell, or that they are aware that Honeywell Group is indebted to Ecobank. What are they aware of?
Okay, what they said categorically is that they are not aware that there is a winding up process against Honey Flour, because if there was, they would have known. And if you look at the publication of the lawyer you actually referred to, it was actually fair, because it makes us to understand that the case was dismissed at the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal. It was just saying that they will be going to a Supreme Court. If the case was dismissed, that was the word used, dismissed at the Federal High Court and dismissed at Court of Appeal. I'm not a lawyer, but what I'm just thinking is that it has no substance.
Malam, do you believe in what Aruna has just said?
Well, what he's saying is he has to understand the language of the court. If the case is struck out, you say it is dead on arrival. Dismissing the case does not mean the case doesn't have substance. And because the case has substance, that is why the flour mill have to come and say, I'm aware.
No, Malam, let me stop you there first.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Aware of what? That there is a winding up process according to what Kunle Ogunbanwo-San said, or that there were issues between Honeywell and Ecobank. What are they aware of?
Let me tell you. when you have issue with the bank, it's not issue of structure of or who is the director. Always it's debt. And when banks go to pursue their debt, they will ask for the winding up. Because without winding up, how do you recover your debt? It's not a new thing for Ecobank or any other bank to ask an institute to be wind up. It's their common phenomena. So that one is understandable to the market. So whether it's stated clearly or not, the issue is they will ask for the wind up, because without winding up, they cannot recover their debt. So the question that there is an issue of wind up is true. And this will prevail in the very near future if this transaction continue by the time they got court injunction. Because court can say, no, there is an issue, and if we allow this to go, what will be what will be after this transaction? No. They can obtain the court injunction and everything can stop to a standstill. So the truth of the matter, we are comfortable with the statement made by the flour mill. They are aware. So it's up to the flour mill to find the way getting out of it, or else the next you will hear the line of action injunction to stop this transaction. It happened to so many things. So if it happened to this one, it's not impossible.
Malam, two people cannot be saying different things, and the two of them are correct. One will be lying, the other one will be saying the truth. In this case, the lawyer said Ecobank was constrained to commence winding up proceedings against Honeywell Group Limited. And Honeywell came to say, right, that there is no winding up petition currently pending or live against Honeywell Flour Mills in any court in Nigeria. Are you telling me that the management of Honeywell are lying?
The truth of the matter, none of them said that there is no issue in the court. So what is the issue in the court? Let them come out and tell us what are the issues in the court now. And we all know it that this is not surprising to Honeywell. Any other institution taken by a bank, they will ask for winding up. We have seen it in many other companies.
I know that there was a court case.
So the question is that flour mill, who is the stakeholder, who is the buyer, he says it's aware. And since they are aware, they have to find the way out of it. Or else, next you will hear court injunction. Okay. And by the time you get court injunction, everybody will stand still.
Malam, where do we now stand as investors to sell or to buy Honeywell? Shouldn't we just...
For me, there is no question deviling yourself into the troubled water. There is this issue. Nobody write it up. And the issue is in court. And court has not come with the final decision. So it exists. The buyer who is willing to part out his money, he says aware. So we are comfortable with the buyer being aware, but the caution is this. Even if the buyer is aware, even if this transaction consummated, are the flour mill going to merge with the Honeywell? The answer for what is available now, no. So if they are not going to merge as a minority shareholder, what is your stake? A company that gives you 7 kobo dividend now is trading at 4 naira. Don't you see other companies that trade far below this and pay you much better? What are you waiting? Take your profit and say bye-bye.
Take your profit?
Yes.
And say bye-bye. Aruna, what
I will look at it that way. I believe that since as far as these issues will be resolved in the near future, nobody actually understood when flour mill came to the market that they have interest in buying over only flour mill, that Ecobank will come the next day with that report. And nobody also believed that the next day flour mill will be responding. And the only flour mill, yes, they have been giving 7 kobo dividend. I remember we have actually analyzed flour mill. I've seen their only flour mill, I see their any per share. But it can just be because as a result of their dividend payer policy, which is likely going to be changed when flour mill is actually on top of it. So I'm not really looking at it because I've seen Honeywell perform over the years. The moment they increase their dividend payout policy, they will pay better dividend. It's not as if the 7 kobo they are paying, pay 7 kobo out of 35 kobo any per share. I think that was very miserly, which I don't think flour mill is going to do. So the only thing is that, yes, I might not say come and if you are in it, wait and watch what will happen next.
Anyway, we will still have to create more time to talk about this issue, whether to invest more or to sell Honeywell as we speak. But we got to move forward.